Yes, so prior to the challenge, I basically was just trying to figure out where I really want to be in terms of career. So I do have a legal background coming in, and I didn't want to just continue in that path, like trying to find maybe a law firm and all. I wanted something where I could do more between the connection between law and technology. And I also wanted something that could give me transferable skills beyond a jurisdictional base, right? I wanted something that could pick up a skill set. And maybe even if I'm not within this jurisdiction or within this location, I can still thrive or look for opportunities elsewhere. So I think that's been my journey before we had the challenge. And prior to that time, I was trying out my hands on data analysis, learning how to use Power BI and stuff. And trust me, it was quite a lot. It was daunting trying to pick up those new set of skills. And I still had this passion with my background. There was still
Right.
that bit of ties to it, and I didn't want to let it go. So I kept thinking, what could I do? What is the opportunity I can actually jump on? So having done quite a number of research here and there, I stumbled on your program, and that actually triggered the passion the more. So yeah, I think I was in a place of confusion, really, trying to find myself. And I did mention to you the challenges around the immigration part as
Yes,
well.
yes, I
So
recall.
I needed something solid that could actually tick all the boxes, that could give me that uh, inner fulfillment as a human being. Like I said, I tried data analysis. I was on a couple of interviews, and I knew that, okay, this is really not my thing. I wasn't doing as much as they expected because they needed more of an expert in that field, which I'm just trying out like a total beginner. So that would not give me what I'm looking for.
Of
So to
course.
answer your question, before the challenge, I was at a confused point where I was just really trying to figure out myself and figure out my career journey, to be honest, trying a whole lot of options. But I had that mindset of where I want to be before the challenge, and I just needed something that could give me that clarity as
Yes,
per, okay, these
yes.
are the next steps you should take to get to where you want to be. So that would be before the challenge. Absolutely. I think it was great. I think it gave me that um, opportunity to see that, okay, there are also people in my shoes who are looking to get into something. And they had, I think the first section we have introduction, where you're calling from, where are you at and stuff. So it made me realize that even there are people who are already established in certain fields. I think I saw someone who was doing well in business analysis and still coming back to pick up cybersecurity. And I felt like, okay, it's okay to find yourself confused. It's okay
That's right.
for you to be
Yes,
dissatisfied. It's
yes,
okay for
yes,
you to want something new. No matter how far you've gone in that career field, you can always pivot and pick up something totally new. So that really boosted my confidence and made me feel like, okay, you're not wrong for wanting more. You're not wrong to feel like you've spent so many years in the law school learning law and all of that, and now you're not doing the traditional law practice. You wanted something different. So I think that was the first push. The second was how you manage the system. It wasn't really about learning the course itself. It was more of understanding yourself. I remember the Ikigai that you introduced us to,
yes,
finding
yes.
yourself. I mean, it really gave a better perspective to that clarity thing that I was talking about. So I found the course, I mean the program, quite interesting. And another thing that actually helped was the timing. Where there was a certain time you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to
Yes.
join a live. So all of that also, amidst every other thing I was doing, there was that sense of I don't want to miss out. So I know there were a couple of days that I couldn't meet up with the timing, turning in my exercises, but I just had that thing in my head. This thing will be over soon. I need to prove to myself that I can be consistent and I can fulfill all of the whole program. So I had to go back to it, watch the videos, and I think that also helped me to be consistent, to push myself.
Yeah.
The last part was the openness to ask questions, to be practical, to be real. I remember asking you what your advice would be for someone who has a long-term goal of running a consulting and who has not even started the field yet. You gave your candid advice. And I also remember asking how can one get the experience without actually getting a full-time offer. And I think that was quite very instructive in my case, because that was one of the things I took that I ran with, to be fair. Like, you just have to look for the opportunities out there, trade your time for the knowledge, and find the opportunity where you are, the organization you are at the moment. As a data protection person, do they have a data protection team? Can you trigger some questions? Can you look for the loopholes and just use that to beef up whatever thing you want to put on your CV for the next stage you're going to? So those were my key takeaways from the challenge. And yes, that was during the challenge. That's the summary I could give, really, as to the things I picked during the challenge.
I think it's good. It's good.
Well, so as a result of that, I think God's grace, most importantly. I mean, people say that luck is opportunity meeting preparedness, whereby you are mentally prepared for the next stage.
That's right.
And you have the opportunity to literally just pull all of your preparation into that stuff. So I wouldn't say automatically after the challenge, I got what I was looking for, but I knew for sure that, okay, I, I, I have a push to keep going. So I knew I started applying for a couple of jobs, and I jumped on a couple of offers, reached out. I became more active on LinkedIn. I tried to look out for opportunities, startup organizations where I could literally seek opportunity to just support what they are doing in that field. And it got frustrating at some point because I wasn't really getting what I wanted in terms of the entirety of my goal. And I was going to give up and pick up another skill set. I think I was considering going on another training in data governance at the time. And I had that, I mean, a reminder of everything we went through during the challenge. And I told myself, what you need right now is not another training. What you need is to just keep pushing. Keep pushing through all the job interviews. If you don't apply, you won't get a job. You just have to keep applying. So, and strategically also, based on the conversations we had, I had to look for organizations who could fit into my experience. So it's more like having an inward evaluation of all my journey, the places I've worked before, the experiences I've gained, the industries, and try to pick all of those transferable skills and look for the organization that could fit in, such that I won't struggle too much in interviews. It won't look like you're just making up stories. It could be real. And that really helped me. I think that was really what catalyzed my experience in terms of the job applications. And suddenly I got one that really gave me a chance, to be honest. And that really sorted the entire problem. And that brought me into that first stage of, okay, now you're in. You just have to keep pushing. You just have to map out, follow the map that you've written before, and just keep going. And that's what I'm still doing till now. I'm still very motivated. I'm still very much active on LinkedIn. I'm still looking forward to the end goal of everything that I'd written down during the challenge in terms of the goal mapping. And I think it's really transformed my life, really. Because yes, I got the job, I got a remote job, I got a job in the field I was looking for, and I got the immigration aspect of it sorted. And it's just mind-blowing that, okay, it's no longer just an idea, it's now more reality.
You've actually manifested your thought process into your reality.
Absolutely.
But look, let me
Absolutely.
congratulate you again, Shegun, because when you reached out to me to say you had a job, you do not know how happy I. It's one of the reasons I do what I do is because I love to see people light up when they step into their own divinity. It just really it lights me up too. I get something from it too, even though it's not my job, right? It's just how I am. So I think congrats for that.
Thank
First,
you.
congratulations. And this is really why I see you as a success story. Okay, in my view, we've gone to a point where it wasn't happening. You spoke to the confusion, and we all get confused. Sometimes we get disillusioned, many get depressed. But once we're able to establish some clarity around what is, establish some understanding about who we are, and then able to join them together, then some sort of like a tunnel vision
Mm.
is created, right? Which is like, okay, this is where I'm going. That's what's for me. So I would say congratulations on that. Okay.
Looking to work with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think what I would say first is don't overthink your questions. Just ask it. Because really, I think in one of those sessions, I try to hold back and not ask some questions, and maybe someone else will ask it. But I think having to silence that inner voice and
Yes.
just ask your question. So it's more like there's a lot of people that want to take away from you your wealth of knowledge, you have years of experience, and people want to take away from you. So the perspective I'll give to it is if you have an opportunity to be, even if it's 1,000 people that are in that particular group or that particular cohort, try and close your eyes, not like you shouldn't network, but imagine it's yourself and
Yes.
I mean, just
Yes.
yourself alone and just go out, go all out. People might think, oh, you're asking too much questions. Is it all about you? But I think that's what it takes to really um, get out of your comfort zone and to get what you're looking for. So that would be my first advice. Whatever question, whatever guidance, whatever thing that is making you confused, rather than just think it in your head and get confused the more, I would say voice it out. I remember very well those times I've had to ask my questions, and even there were a lot of questions coming in, I would still stay there and hope that you will see that question and respond to it. And yeah, that really improved my engagement, that improved my confidence, that also helped me even in the after the whole process getting into the job. The second thing I would give to anyone is not to give up. I mean, we all have those moments where we are trying to get something, we are confused. There's always a time where you break through and you're just grateful and happy. So I think it's all about having that inner drive to keep going. And you've really helped by creating that sort of challenge. So
Yes.
just seeing that challenge as it's not just about the 7 day or the 10 days or the 12 days challenge. It's about the inner challenge. So I'm done with this challenge. Can I put myself on
Spot
another
on.
challenge
Spot on.
to see
Yes.
it like, okay,
Yes.
until I'm done getting what I want to get, even if it will take me 2 years, I'm on a challenge and I will definitely get there. So I think that's basically the perspective or the mindset I would want someone who is out there looking for a career path and wants to work with you. That's what they should
Sounds good.
have.
Sounds
You're
good.
an incredible person. They should take advantage of that.
Thank you.
30 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, because it will
Yes.
really bless and transform their life. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. You're an incredible guy too.
Absolutely. It will interest you to talks to know that recently I just started something that I want to do to motivate lawyers because I noticed a gap in that industry due to the emergence of technology, AI. That particular profession there needs to be some light in that field because most lawyers get stuck after spending a whole lot of years learning the law and getting out of law school, and you see what you're being offered in terms of going to a traditional, conventional law firm and the
Yes.
workload that you get. And again, many of them also don't want to practice law in terms of going to court. They just want something that can give them global opportunities. So I started a community to just empower young lawyers. We call it the
Awesome.
agile lawyers, to give
Awesome.
them that
Awesome.
foresight, to give them that hope, to give them that, okay, we've tried it and it's possible. And there are a lot of people we are looking up to who are also doing great things. You also, within we want to try and make it early enough in your 400 level, 500, your law school.
Yes.
You have a foresight. Are you going to cybersecurity? Are you going to AI? Are you going to machine learning?
Yes.
You can map out that career journey, and you don't need to waste time like we did. Not like we wasted a lot of time, but we were confused. So if you have the opportunity to get the clarity enough, it will be helpful. So what I would say to a young person is something you can see I'm speaking passionately about.
Of course, which I like.
What I would say is you obviously cannot afford to give up, and you can't think low of yourself. You can't afford to imagine that this is all that life has to offer you. There is so much more that you can do. There is so much more that even we ourselves, we are yet to see the potential that artificial intelligence and all of these things is bringing forth. So it's all about pushing yourself out there, positioning yourself, and having clarity of what you want to do, and again, getting the necessary help. Yes. Is it a coach? Is it a mentor? Whoever you want to jump on to give you that map, that guide. It will really help. It will shorten your journey of maybe 20 years to maybe 5 years, and you could really
exactly.
So that would be my contribution to that.
Oluwasegun Alade, the guy with the new job. Congrats. So what next? What next?
What next? I think what next is to get on the train with talks and just take a lot I can take. Well, the other side, I think the most important thing for me is to have been given an opportunity to work in an organization. I think the most important thing is to deliver. It's been a learning curve, I won't lie. I've had to take on a live project and learn as I go on. So I think the priority for me is to be the best in what I'm doing currently. Because even if I wish to get to a greater place and I don't do well with what I have, there's no way I'm going to get to where I'm going. So the first thing is to do well at that. And number two, while I'm at the stage I am now, I think I have few things I can also do to encourage the younger generation. And that's why I've set up that community, just to give back in terms of encouragement and support, whichever way. And of course, to keep learning. And like I had my earlier session with you, there's a bigger vision ahead of me. It's just to keep taking it one step at a time. So yeah, keep learning, be good at what I'm doing at the moment, and give back to my society. I think this will be the best opportunity for me to thank you, really, because I think it's more like you are a light, you shine on one candle, and that candle goes out to shine on many others. You've given us an opportunity. Personally, I'm going to take this personal. You've given me an opportunity to see the possibilities that is out there, sharing your own story, and also giving us that roadmap. It might be like, it was like a little push, but that was really, really powerful to get me started and to get me to where I am at the moment. So I think what I could add is just that appreciation, because I know you're a very busy person. You've got family and you've got work, you've got your business and all of that. But finding time to still do this at no cost, really, it's just about the availability during the challenge. You didn't ask us to pay any money, and still being available even after that session to still jump on some of the calls. I think that's quite valuable and really great. In a world where time is money, you have to pay for every minute and every second you spend with a professional and an expert, but you're giving that opportunity to take people who are confused, who don't know where they're going, and help them to just get back on their feet and give them hope. It's really, really, really great. And personally, I'm grateful. That's what I would add. There's no amount of money I could give to really trade what you've done. So I think my words will just try to do a bit of justice to it. Thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
a great man. Thank you for supporting.
Appreciate.